Guys, welcome to the program. So great to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
David, you're my travel buddy around the world.
Right.
It's great to see you here. But we are in a different venue talking about robotics, AI, and imaging, the future of ophthalmic innovation. That was the roundtable session inside. How did it go?
Well, it was a lot of interest. I mean, we had 45 minutes. I think we could have talked for twice as long because there's just so many things to cover, from the clinical part to the regulatory to the reimbursement and what the future will look like in 5 years and 10 years.
And it was amazing to have different perspectives from industry side, from clinicians or surgeons perspective, and then also investors, so to speak. So really combining all these thought leaders to give us an insight of where robotics they feel fits in ophthalmology now.
Timing was excellent because just before the session, they polled the audience and they had rated robotics very high on innovation. We covered the challenges, we covered the opportunities in the future, and I think it was a very successful session to hear all those perspectives. I was very happy with it.
What advancements in robotics and AI have already made an impact, and what can we learn?
I think the point was made that we're already doing a lot of automated things in ophthalmology. So this is sort of just on this progression of steps. And I think when we talk about robotics, there's sort of two phases. One is semi-autonomous, where it's robotic assisting of the surgeon. So really the surgeon's doing the whole procedure, but using robotic arms. And then this, ultimately could lead to a fully autonomous system where the robot is doing the entire procedure. That would then allow the surgeon to sort of simultaneously monitor 4 cases. So it becomes a surgeon multiplier and allows that one surgeon to be much more efficient, productive.
Lejla, do you think there are any other upcoming technologies or innovations that you think are ready to deliver near-term value for surgeons and patients?
So what was exciting in the session, and there's a little bit of an idea of polling the audience and then polling the participants or panelists to help us understand where we are currently with this technology and where it will be in the future. And it was really exciting to see that really the feelings, this is progressing much faster in terms of innovation and getting into market. And as it was pointed out very well, we already have first in humans with robotics, not only on Retina side, that was accomplished a year or so ago, and now on Cataract side of things. So it's exciting to have this. I think the next frontier, as David nicely pointed out, will be incorporating AI into this. In ophthalmology, we use imaging as really, we'll live with imaging, especially on the Retina side of things. We can't accomplish our care without getting, for example, optical coherence tomography imaging, and incorporating now this imaging technology in with the robots to help us be better. I think where robots hopefully will help us in ophthalmology is to make us better in terms of outcomes and hopefully provide that, care that maybe not be accessible because of workforce issues.
Reza, what do you think are the biggest barriers to adopting robotic and AI technologies, and how do we overcome them?
So we asked the question, and as David mentioned and Frank from Alcon responded, the pieces of the technology are already there. The robot arms, the software, the imaging, all of that exists. So bringing all of that together, that's a low barrier. The barriers to entry is we have to do clinical studies, definitely that is there. But this is execution. It is really execution. The part that we have to work is on the payment, how this is going to be paid, because it may be partly by the insurance, partly as patient pay. So those are, but it's execution. As we polled both the panel and the audience, everybody thought this is going to be there in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to be available. I think it's execution.
Okay, so payers, payment, definitely a challenge. What are the factors that are key to success for new technologies in this emerging field?
I think in ophthalmology specifically, we are all about efficiency. We are very efficient in seeing many patients, take care of many patients ER. And like cataract surgery, it's a very quick procedure. So I think anything to make it into market, especially in robotics, has to make us more efficient. And getting that efficient with a robot will be critical to adoption of this technology.
Surgeon adoption is a big barrier that was touched on. And, I think our first reaction is, oh my God, how can a robot replace me? But I think when you realize the looming manpower work shortage we have, and I would just say, let's say you're doing 15 cataracts a day. What if you now had to double that? Like you would say, well, this is too much. That's impossible. And if you had an autonomous system that you could still supervise, you could triple the amount that you do in the same amount of hours. And I think that will help.
If we were to look back 10 years from now, what milestone would mark for you that robotics and AI had become a standard part of ophthalmic procedures?
It'll become standard when you have a body of evidence and outcomes that probably not only match, but I think will surpass what a population of cataract surgeons can do. I think when you have a lot of that evidence and a lot of that data, we'll realize, wow, this is the way that we can, I think, democratize, that word was used, the care so that, pretty much everyone is going to get a very similar outcome. And then we'll all realize, wow, this is the way that we're going to handle this enormous amount of refractive lens exchange, cataract surgery that we don't have enough people to help with.
Ophthalmologists are great adopters of new technologies. I think that's a great driver for bringing these technologies. And it's important to know that the robot is not going to replace the surgeon. The robot is going to be the best assistant an ophthalmologist can have next to them. And I think this will allow them to have the cases more predictable. Once the cases are more predictable, they can stack more cases during the day. If a case is planned for 15 minutes, it will take 15 minutes. It's not going to take. So I think that, for me, that's the scale. With predictability will allow them to do more cases. But the robot will be their best assistant.
And Lejla, final word, robot as your assistant. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I would love to have a robot as my assistant, but I think as David and Reza have pointed out, I want to see great outcomes. I want to see efficiency, and I most certainly want to make sure that the system is paid for. Introducing additional costs that we may not get reimbursed for are a big barriers as well. So those are the three things for me that definitely need to be presented.
Well, Lejla, it was a little cold last time we met in Deer Valley. I'm glad it's heated up here in Orlando for us.
Me too.
And for all the panelists, I hope you're enjoying sunny Florida. Thanks for coming out for this great session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers.